The wife was disgusted to find that her cleanliness-obsessed husband was eating while touching the scheming woman's feet. Yet if she accidentally dirted her husband's clothes, he would kick her out of the house. It seemed her husband simply didn't love her anymore. She had thought that once the child was born, her husband would return to the family. But then she unexpectedly received a letter from her future self asking her to stay away from her husband. Otherwise, her life would be in danger. At first, she didn't believe it, but then a sudden sharp pain in her abdomen occurred. Thankfully, after a checkup, it was not serious. However, when she was about to leave the hospital, she saw her husband, who had been away for half a month, with her white moonlight. She even overheard them plotting to use her child's umbilical cord blood to save their child. It was then that she understood why her husband, who had always been respectful, suddenly wanted a child. From the beginning, she and her child were just sacrifices in this marriage. This also made her realize that the letter was real. She hurried home to ask her future self what would happen after the child was born. The answer was only death. To change this tragic fate, she had to follow the instructions from her future self and escape. She quickly called her friend abroad. Her friend told her that the fastest she could arrange a fake death was in 5 days. This way, the scumbag would never find her. To avoid arousing suspicion from her husband in those 5 days, she saw her husband arrange for the scheming woman's mother and child to stay in the house. But she didn't react aggressively. After all, her husband explained that the mother and child would leave once their medical treatment was done, so she agreed to go along with the plan. Unknowingly, this plan would cost her life. Sure enough, the next day, an accident occurred. Someone had added an allergic mango to her breakfast. Seeing her plan succeed, the scheming woman quickly used her discomfort as an excuse to make the man take her to the hospital. Meanwhile, the man didn't notice the wife's desperate plea for help. Luckily, the nanny discovered her in time and took her to the hospital. Her husband arrived at the hospital first to see her. Seeing that her husband wanted to save his and the scheming woman's child, the wife deliberately refused to cooperate. Thankfully, there were still 3 days before she could leave for good. But the next day, after she was discharged and returned home, she nearly lost her life again. It was because she found that the safety charm she had given to her child was missing. After searching, she found that the scheming woman's son had taken the charm, and it caused an allergic reaction. Her husband mistakenly thought the wife was harming the scheming woman's child. However, the wife was in pain from a recent blow to her abdomen. She wanted her husband to take her to the hospital, but he believed she was faking it to delay him from saving the scheming woman's son. And the scheming woman was even crueler. Before leaving, she locked the door from the outside. The wife quickly began bleeding from her abdomen due to the impact. She struggled to crawl to the door, only to find it locked from the outside, thinking she would lose the baby this time. Suddenly, the nanny heard her and quickly unlocked the door, calling for an ambulance. She was rushed to the hospital and saved just in time. Suddenly, her husband rushed into the room, panicked. He asked her for a favor. She was curious about what he wanted. As soon as she was discharged, her husband brought in a group of reporters. He publicly admitted their 3-year-long hidden marriage, and said they would celebrate their child's birth on a cruise tonight. The husband explained that today was the day the scheming woman's brother, a murderer, was being released from prison, and he would definitely cause trouble for the scheming woman. Since the wife resembled the scheming woman, he wanted her to substitute for her. Due to time constraints, the husband immediately arranged for a makeup artist to transform her into the scheming woman's likeness. Upon seeing his wife look so similar to the scheming woman, the husband was stunned. He then explained that the scheming woman was too scared, so he asked the wife to impersonate her, and promised there would be no accidents that night. But the wife wouldn't miss such a good opportunity. After her husband left, she quickly called her friend. Her friend confirmed that the fake corpse was ready and could arrange for her to leave that day. Just when the wife thought she and her child would be able to leave the scumbag forever, an accident occurred on the way to the yacht. The scheming woman's murderer brother intercepted her halfway. Just when she thought he would recognize she wasn't the scheming woman, he told her he was sent by the scheming woman to kill her. To save her child, she hurriedly opened the car door and ran out. But with her large belly, she was soon cornered by the scheming woman's brother at a bridge. At that moment, her husband arrived. Seeing him rush towards her, the wife knew it was the perfect time for her fake death. She leapt off the bridge without hesitation. Her husband brushed past her, and in the end, the husband was left with endless regret.